Alright, so here's my SuperCub. I have, I think, 31 or 3,200 miles on it. Anyways, it's at the wear bar. It hasn't started raining yet, so usually I will ride it past the wear bar until it's basically, you know, the thread's gone if it's dry. But because of this right here, you know, it's a rope plug. So I got this, I think it's the second or third or maybe the fourth day after I bought this bike on my ride back from Arkansas. I got a puncture and I fixed it with a rope plug. So anyways, because of that, I want to change it when it gets to the wear bar. I don't want to wait longer because this, once you pass the wear bar, the potential of this rope plug failing is higher. So I gotta change my tire. So to do that, I basically need to take off the chain covers. So you need a 5mm Allen. You need to loosen up your chain slack adjustment. So this is a 10mm and a 12mm, and this here is the axle is at 14mm, and the other side is a 19mm. So I believe that's all you need. Yeah, so the tire size is a 80, 90, 17. And these are, let me see, these are the Oem Tires. So I think these are IRCs, yeah. So IRCs, Taiwanese company. Let's see where are they made. They're probably made in probably made in China, I'm guessing. I don't see where the manufacture date or manufacturer is from. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Made in Thailand. So made in Thailand. Let's see, there's a manufacture date on here. Reinforced tubeless. Reinforced tubeless. Rear use only. Tire rotation. These are NR94s. That's the model. IRC NR94s. There's no. I don't see the. Manufacturer. Oh, here it is. Manufacture date is 4th week of 2019. So it's very new. I bought this in. Is that right? 4th week of 19. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Oh, that is really new. Because I bought this thing in 2019 in the fall, so basically around the same time. Actually, probably, yeah, about the same time, maybe like about a month ago. So I've probably had it for like 13 months now. So that means they ship this thing quick, straight from Thailand. So anyways, so I need to take out the cover here first. So let's do that. We'll see how messy it is, how nasty it is underneath there, because it's probably pretty dirty from all the chain and then the chain oil. Slopping around. But the good thing is that it's probably not that dirty because it's covered, so it's mostly protected. Pretty small little bolts, very short. That's only like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6mm. Let's see. So just drop right out. There you go. Well, it's not that bad. So there it is. It's kind of, it's obviously a bunch of little pebbles and such in there. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. So the chain looks pretty dry now. I can't even remember the last time I changed the not changed, I mean I can't remember the last time I cleaned this chain. It's probably when I got back from buying this bike. It's probably the last time that I cleaned and lubed the chain. Not even sure I actually cleaned the chain. I think I just lubed it because it was surprisingly clean because of this cover. So on this side, same thing. Just kind of lift it up out of the way. Oh, it's kind of a tight fit here. Very tight fit. Okay, there it goes. Nothing scratched, so it's all good. So there it is. So the back chain should be, I think, 35 or something like that. 35 teeth. Let's see. Oh, 36 teeth. So 36 in the back, and I think 14 in the front. Let's see. So I'm not going to worry about the chain snap. Oh, it has actually a removable clip. So that's surprising for a OE setup. Usually the OE setup, they don't have a removable clip, but this one does. So this has no O-ring. So you know, a small little bike like this doesn't need an O-ring chain. It's especially with the cover, because the O-ring just creates friction and it makes it less efficient. You know, it robs power basically. So we gotta loosen up the adjusters. So a 12mm and a 10mm. Alright, so let's bring it back to this side now. 12 and 10. So I just loosen it, and not too much, almost all the way. That way, I get more slack. So if I need more slack, I don't have to fiddle with this again. So I do the same thing on the other side. You can probably see it from this angle. I think you guys can see it from this angle. That. Now for the wheel itself. So this side's the 14mm. The other side is the 19. So I'm gonna turn this thing from the 19 side. So I'm gonna put the 14mm wrench on there just to hold it in place so the bolt doesn't spin. So turn it from the side where the nut is. You want to turn it from this side, and not the other side, because the other side, you know, it turns the whole entire bolt. And it's not just the resistance of the threads here, it's also the resistance of everything along the shaft of the bolt. So you're putting more, basically you're putting more load on that bolt head compared on a smaller bolt head compared to this bigger nut head. So it's better to turn it on this side here. So this thing is a locking nut. It has a little self-locking nut. It's not the nylon type. I don't even know what the name of this thing is called, but it's a sheet. It's this little metal tab. Let me show you that real quick. So it's the little metal tabs. You see the two tabs on the side. So that actually is the locking mechanism. All right. So that's that. There's a washer. The other side. I guess you could take this off too. Yeah, you gotta take this off because it's gonna fall off if you take the axle out. So take that off, all those off. You can leave this on here, obviously, and you just push this through. So hopefully you take out all the resistance that you can push this through. So I could say, able to push it with my hands, right, or my fingers. Actually, before I do that, I actually also have to. I wonder if I have to do it or not. If I get away without doing it, I will. Yeah, it looks like I have to do it. Yeah. So I have to basically take off the little coddle pin here, down here. So this is the brake arm, is what holds the brake from. It prevents the brake because the wheel is the one that spins, right? But the brake doesn't. So this right here is with the arm here, down here, is what prevents the brake from spinning when you use the brakes. So I actually had to take that off as well. Let's see. Use some pliers for that. So let's move my camera out of the way. The camera being in the way, it always makes it a lot more difficult. A lot slower. Without the camera, I could do this job like easily twice as fast, if not 3 times as fast. That's what a lot of people that are watching these videos, they don't understand. Sometimes every once in a while I get a comment on someone that says, "Oh, you took too long to do that. You took too long to do that." Well, with the camera in the way, right in front of your face, it gets in your way. You're not as quick because of that reason. You have to stop and make sure the camera angle is right and all that other garbage. Okay, so that's my coddle pin. So this looks like that's a pretty big coddle pin. That looks like a 1/16 maybe, possibly even bigger than that. Well, actually this is a millimeter, so maybe I'm thinking maybe a 2 millimeter. Let me see, 1/16 is 60 thousandths. 1 millimeter is 40 thousandths. So this is at least a 1.5 millimeter, if not 2 millimeters. I'm looking at it and I think it's more like a 2 millimeter. So 2 millimeters is bigger than 1/16. 2 millimeters is I'm not sure what that would be. That would be like a 1/16 is the same as 2/32. So this is probably a 3/32 maybe. Or close to 3/32. Somewhere between a 3/32 and a 1/16. If you need to go to the hardware store to get another one, because I need to replace this, and I don't have one, so I have to take this with me to the hardware store. This coddle pin. And unfortunately, I don't think the hardware store has any coddle pins in millimeters. So I have to use the inches. So this one here, I believe is a 10. No, it's a 12. It's a 10. So this is a 12 right here. Oh, gee, that's tight. So that nut, there's a washer behind it. Washer nut. And let's see. And the bolt just slides off on the backside. Like so. Right, where the coddle pin goes through. And that's it. So that's loose. Now I need to basically take off this as well, because this is what holds the brake in. So usually I just kind of squeeze out, take off the tension on it, the spring tension. So it spins right off. So we'll just out, so that way I could clear the little rod here and slide this thing out, so that way you don't lose this little piece right here. And that's it. I can take off the back wheel now. Okay, let's go back to the front side here. Pull out this little, so you need to support the wheel and support some weight. Basically, you're taking off making sure that the wheel is pretty square, so that way it is cockeyed. It puts load on the axle here, the bolt axle, and you won't be able to pull it out. Like so. There you go. The whole piece there, like that. All right. And don't worry about this. Same with the other side. Don't worry about it. So my axle, not axle, my spacer here dropped out. So the wheel spacer here, which is actually right here. So there's the wheel spacer that fell out. So which is fine. So let's set that down. The other side also has a wheel spacer as well. Actually, you see it right there. It's kind of cockeyed because that actually also fell out as well. So let me see. There it goes. So there's the other side wheel spacer. So two sides. So it looks like the brake side. Looks like the brake side is actually a little bit longer than the drive side, the spacer. So just remember that. Well, you set each part to its relative side, so that way you don't mix up the parts and you're like, oh shoot, which side went on which. So here, I'm basically gonna push the wheel forward to give my chain some slack. Damn, I should have worn some gloves. Dang it. So I'm gonna basically set the chain up along like so, something like that, and it's actually not touching right here. It's not touching the swing arm. It's actually resting against the bottom of the shock and also the axle holder here, and that's it. So now I could actually just slide the wheel back, and it should clear. So the brake part is still kind of hung up a little bit right here, so I have to be mindful of that. Probably have to cock this to the side for it to clear. Now, okay, let's try cocking it to this side then. Oops, the spring came out of the thing for the brake. Don't lose that. Okay. Oh, come on. So it's the fender right now that's hitting it right here, the fender down here, and that's also the shock right here. Let's see if I can get any more clearance out of this thing. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can actually get the brake on this side off. Switch side again. See if I can get the brake off right here. If I can get this off, I'll get more clearance. Yeah, got it off. So there he goes. So there's your drum brakes. So that's off. All right, so I have more clearance now. So I should be able to move this thing a little bit more sideways. Nope. Let's move these two. Get those out of the way. There we go, I think I got it. So I'm clearing it right here. Okay, there it goes. Now it's out. Okay, back wheel's out, and that's it. That's how you remove the back wheel.